This is part 3 of this video series in a series. If you haven't watched the last 2 videos, go watch them first please, but if you did watch them, let's get into this immediately. Jack Manifold. Jack Manifold, as someone who is very unknown but later became the funniest man on earth, joined the server after the Dream Team SMP vs the Manberg War, but was soon pressured to join either the Greater Dream SMP or the Manberg, and he chose the latter. And for a while, he was part of the Manberg as an ambassador to the Greater Dream SMP, but soon was inactive for a while until one day before the Poctopia vs Manberg War, he returned to the server as one of the only residents who lived in Manberg. While Manberg is still around, Jack created his own faction, Manifold Land, within Manberg and defended it as the war boiled over again on the Manberg Peninsula. And after the war and getting bullied, Jack joined the Manberg again, but this time as governor of Manifold Land, one of the 2 governors of Manberg's districts, and was part of Manberg until it was destroyed in the Doomsday War. Jack was soon invited by Tubbo to join Snowchester, and he did. He then disbanded and destroyed Manifold Land after Tommy's canonical death, and was part of Snowchester to this day. Jack also joined a number of alliances, including the Manberg Defense Force, the Manberg Doomsday Defense Force, and the Freedom Coalition. Niki Nihachu. Niki Nihachu, as the second SMP member who is not from a native English-speaking country and the second female member on the server, became the first SMP member to be part of the Manberg once joined the server, and was still part of it after it became Manberg, but she went undercover. She later flees Manberg to be part of Poctopia after the Manberg Festival. Niki, along with Karl, soon founded Rutenbeckfield and later along with Satnap, but after Karl sold it to Schlatt, she left Rutenbeckfield in anger but remained friends with Karl. After the Poctopia vs Manberg War, she was part of the Manberg again. While still part of the Manberg, she and Fundy founded Dry Waters, which did not materialize, but soon left the Manberg right before the Doomsday War and after that became insane. And for a while, she wasn't part of any nations until Technoblade invited her to join the Anarchist Syndicate. She first considered to join, but soon enough decided to, and was part of it to this day. While being part of the Syndicate, she was also invited to join Karl's new nation, Kinoko Kingdom, but she hasn't decided yet. Niki also joined a lot of alliances besides the Anarchist Syndicate, including the Poctopia Badlands Pact, the Pocback Army, the Side to End All Side Alliance, and the Freedom Coalition. Quackity. Quackity, who is the third SMP member from a non-native English-speaking country, joined the server as part of the Greater Dream SMP. He was then part of Manberg during the election and still was when it became Manberg, but he later resigned his post after some arguments with J Schlatt and joined Poctopia. After the Poctopia vs Manberg War, Quackity was part of Manberg again, while being part of it again, along with George and Satnap, founded Rapids. He was part of both nations until after the Doomsday War, where he abandoned both of them and went to create and founded a new nation he called Las Nevadas. After he found out that George, Satnap, and Karl founded Kinoko Kingdom while asking them to join his nation, he destroyed and disbanded the rest of Rapids and was part of Las Nevadas ever since. Quackity also joined a lot of alliances, including the Swag Schlatt 2020 Political Coalition, the Pocback Army, the Manberg Doomsday Defense Force, the Freedom Coalition, and briefly part of Pro Omelette. Karl Jacobs. Karl Jacobs, as someone who I also really like, much like Puns, joined the server as part of the Greater Dream SMP. He wanted to join the Manberg, but was rejected. A while after the Manberg Festival, Karl left the Greater Dream SMP and founded Rutenbeckfield, with Satnap and Niki as citizens. But Karl later sold Rutenbeckfield to Manberg to be protected, and was part of Manberg, but damaged his relations with Niki. After the Poctopia vs Manberg War, Karl was part of the Manberg as governor of Rutenbeckfield. While being governor and part of Manberg, Karl was invited to be part of Rapids, in which he lost one of his canon lives after his death is being used to overthrow Eric as king. And after the Doomsday War, Karl abandoned his role as governor and left both Manberg and Rapids, and along with George and Satnap, Karl founded Kinoko Kingdom and was part of it to this day. Karl surprisingly didn't join a lot of alliances despite being very friendly, only including the Manberg Defense Force. HBomb. HBomb joined the server on the side of the Greater Dream SMP during the Manberg elections, and for a while, he was very neutral, and while being part of the Greater Dream SMP, he also joined Boomerfield for a while, but after around the Doomsday War, he left both the Greater Dream SMP and Boomerfield, and today he is neutral and lives far away from any conflicts. HBomb, as someone who is not in many conflicts, didn't join many alliances, only including the Freedom Coalition. Technoblade. Technoblade, as someone who is very funny and awkward, surprisingly joined the server on the same day after HBomb, but he instead joined Poctopia but acted independently from it to stage a revolution to overthrow Manberg, while being the server's most dangerous anarchist given the fact he defeated Dream in the 100k duel. He was part of Poctopia until the Poctopia vs Manberg war, in which he was neutral afterwards and soon moved far away to live in peace for once. And after he was hunted down, he turned all his eyes back to anarchism and, along with Tommy, formed the Arctic Anarchist Commune to take down governments and was part of it ever since. After Manberg's doom in the Doomsday War, Techno, along with Philza, created the Anarchist Syndicate and was part of it to this day as well. Technoblade, as someone who is willing to fight with anyone, also joined a number of alliances besides the Syndicate, including the Pogback Army, Team Chaos, and Bedrock Boys. AntFrost. AntFrost, as someone who is very unknown until Dream invited him to his manhunts, joined the server as part of the Great Dream SMP, but after some terrible relations with Manberg, he left the Great Dream SMP and, along with Bad Boy Halo and Awesome Dude, founded the Badlands and was part of it to this day. He was then invited by Jack Manifold to be part of Manifold Land, but he never accepted it, and after he was corrupted by the Egg, he joined the Eggpire and was part of it to this day, which cost him 1 canon life during the Wreck Banquet. AntFrost, while still gaining popularity, joined a lot of alliances besides the Eggpire, including the Poctopia Badlands Pact, the Pogback Army, Team Chaos, and the Freedom Coalition. Philza. Philza Minecraft, as someone who is very well known for creating Minecraft, joined the Dream SMP the same day as the Poctopia vs Manberg war rages, and immediately stabbed Wilby. And after the war, Philza became part of Manberg for a while before being put under house arrest for working with an anarchist. He was later freed by Technoblade and was made part of the Arctic Anarchist Commune, and was still part of it to this day. And after the Doomsday War, Philza, along with Technoblade, founded the Anarchist Syndicate, and they are both part of it to this day. Philza didn't join many alliances besides the Syndicate, while being friendly to everyone.